Yo guys, what's going on? Just a quick mic check. See how everything is, see if everything's okay. Then we get started. Yo. Just checking how this mic sounds. Might sound better. Might sound worse. I'm not sure. Yo, what's going on, guys? Just gonna quickly check if the sound's all good now. Had a bit of issues here and there, but we're here. We'll mute this volume, see how it is. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me all good. How is everyone? How's your trading day been? If you traded at all? I'm just gonna hear my sound and see if it's all good. If everyone can hear me, just shout me in the chat. Yep. Yo. Right, mic is awful, so I'm using this headset. Right, okay. So, FOMC in about half an hour. In short, let's have a quick look at what's going on. Actually, you know what? I'm going to charge my mic because I do not like this headset. I look weird. Yo. Right, mic's awful. So you mute that. Just going to switch off this light. Right, that's all right, right? Let me have a look at myself. Look all right, you know. That's bad. Cool. Okay. Sorry. Right. There's a chat. I'm going to bring up the chat on the side. Hi, people watching. Hopefully, we get some more later. Let's break down what we're looking for, and then we got from there. Have a quick sip. There's a chat. So the chat up there. Couple seems okay. Hey Simon, you okay? Right. Okay, let's get into it. So you can see already at the moment, lots of consolidation. So I'm expecting a decent whiplash movement, at least today. Sells, buys, it's going to be one of those moves that FOMC is going to bring. Notice that FOMC is split out in two separate events. So at 2 o'clock, you have the interest rate decision. Then you have the press conference. Usually how it works, what happens normally during FOMC events is you tend to get move one way, then a move the other way, going back up, something like that. I'm experiencing a decent amount of lag. Hope everything's okay. Just close all of this stuff. Stop. Stop sharing screen. Give me a sec. Oh, yeah, on the big screen. What's up, everyone? One sec. We open the discussion. Thank you for your time. Nope, not doing that. Close, please. I want to close some windows on my PC, man. Right, how's everyone's day been while we're waiting, I guess? Hope everyone's day is doing okay. Anyone traded today? Everyone's still waiting for FOMC, I think. Hey, my guy Reese. Yeah, no worries, man. I'm just out here, got the pool behind me. Decided why not? Hey, go live. Don't really go live often. It's a decent time for me to do so. I can't close this. I'm just gonna have to force close this. Give me a sec. Gotta get some of my computer knowledge and start ending these tasks. We got rid of that. Send that task. Don't save. It's closing some of the stuff. There, shout out my boy Reese Martin there. No worries, just happy to do this. Gonna share my screen again. Right, we're back. Let's go back to it. It's a bit harsh. Should really get the fan in here. Right, okay, so quite a simple one that I'm really looking at here. Let's give a quick breakdown from higher time frame. We've got 10 viewers in here, so that's surely enough to get things going. We're not expecting 100K out here, but let's start off looking at the quick breakdown of the week and how the week's sort of gone and what we're sort of expecting for this whole week. In short, let's start our higher time frame, I guess. Let's remove everything. Let's have a remove of all of this. I'll read your message after, Simon, one sec. So this whole month, you can see from like monthly open, around June here, we've sort of tapped into this new week opening gap and we've expanded to the upside. Yes, there's stuff going on around the world which sort of pushes gold up, but you don't want to just go and just buy because of it, right? Because you want to position yourself. Now, what I've shown multiple times before is that these sort of daily fair value gaps and higher time frame fair value gaps have been very, very key on gold, and we've noticed that they are getting respected half the time because gold wants to keep climbing. Now, especially with this sort of price action here, that all-time high is looking very, very key right now. Like it needs to get taken out. We're getting very, very ever so close. I'm sure we'll give it a quick blast through at least some point. Something's going to happen in the world. I don't know what it is. I hope it's not that dangerous, but something will happen and this thing will skyrocket. So yeah, that's what we're sort of looking to sort of take part in, especially trying to catch these moves for ourselves here. Now, you can see with these daily fair value gaps, if I mark them up, every time we tap into one, we seem to sort of fly. We tapped into this one I showed, we did move up, but that wasn't within 50%. We had more daily fair value gaps on this impulse here. So we dropped into that discount, as you can see there. Once we tapped into this kicked off this whole move, right? I was telling you guys that this will sort of start a reversal here. So ever since we came back into this daily fair value gap. You can see bounced off. We're moving up. Again, price came back down. This time it wasn't a daily fair value gap. It was a new week opening gap. You can see I was marked it there. I'll show you as I zoom in. Like so. This gap, price filled it. Where did it go from the next week? Straight up. Didn't even bother coming back down. So that was another impulsive move out. That was a clean move from the new week opening gap. Again, if it's swing traders, man, they'll just be sort of buying from these areas. They're holding. So we've got to sort of do the same, similar sort of thing. Now, we are at a daily fair value gap again, right? Daily fair value gap. Now, does it mean I should just buy? No, because we still got a decent amount of room. Price can spike below the daily fair value gap, something like this. Look at that spike, right? See that spike just went below the daily fair value gap and then price ended up closing back above. That's what we're sort of looking for. We're sort of looking for a price to spike and then maybe push back above. So similar high time frame, that's what we're looking for. In terms of structure and where we're at, you can see that the way the market moves is sort of like in weekly profiles, market maker models, right? So I want you to look at this and sort of learn from what I'm sort of teaching you here. and watch how the market moves, right? So can you see this opening gap that we left here, right? And this is one that sort of kind of called. I was expecting it, but it just happened way too quick. Which was the market opened like this, right, with a gap, and then it went straight up on Monday, right? And then you had Tuesday, which consolidated, half like kind of gave it a retracement here, and then it moved back up, right? A lot of buyers entered here thinking that this is going to fly now, right? But notice how this gap is still open at this point. Yes, obviously it comes back down, but this is the whole model. And this is what happens where price leaves that liquidity, it runs away, right? It moves up, and then it sort of consolidates, and then Wednesday obviously gives, and Wednesday and Thursday gives a final push up, right, which cleared this high. Then we had an absolute breakdown before NFP, and then what did price do? Retraced, and then attacked where? The new week opening up, right? It came all the way back down. So technically, the gap is what we should have been targeting. When it moved away, it was just sort of, yeah, I'm giving you a better place to enter. I'm going to come back down. So it's giving you it's kind of showing you that it'll be sort of returning to that point. It left liquidity there. It's likely to come back. When was it the time to sort of get in? We needed to wait for the reversal. This is not reversal price action, but this was, right? Notice how we had a push up, clear that liquidity and push back down, and it closed below. We left some fair value gaps, and it was NFP time. We retraced into 50%, and then price absolutely collapsed. Again, it was Eid for me. I wasn't trading on this day, but you can see if I bring that as a dealing range and bring that back down and put a bearish dealing range right there, 50% right there, right? Then price absolutely collapsed and go there. The reason why I'm telling you this is because it seems like we've got something going on this week as well. Similar sort of thing, where notice how weekly open, we gap up and price pushes down. Why is it pushing down? This is the daily fair value gap that we got here. Maybe, but what should be happening after this daily fair value gap? Where's our main target? Well, if we see a reversal, right, like a clean reversal, something like this, then as I said, I'm expecting sort of consolidation, pushes, consolidation, and then a clear out to that. And this is a whole buy side of the curve. You normally get a sell side of the curve where price is just bearish, and then a buy side of the curve. This was the opposite, where we got a buy side of the curve and then a sell side of the curve. So quite key, maybe, hopefully, I'm actually saying something and it's not just pure waffle, but that's what I'm looking for. All right, let's see what happens. If it works out, you guys can transfer me 50 quid. No, I'm joking. I'm not going to take anything. Don't want to get arrested. But that's all I'm looking for. So that's what my motive has been for this week. And you can see that from yesterday, we ended up catching this nice trade. Why? Because I'm still not seeing that reversal. So we just continued selling because it was still a part of the sell side of the curve. This is all just consolidation. A lot of people are entering buys here, and I'm like, but why? Yes, it may have tapped into the daily fair value gap, but has it actually completely broke out and cleared, highs and stayed up? No, it's just consolidating. So all of this could have been killing loads of traders, right? There might have been loads of traders that have traded this, trying to buy, but it keeps dropping, it keeps taking out the lows, and then they're just like, you know what? I don't want to buy, right? And then what happened? Overnight, price dropped, right, on this move, and then moved up and retraced, and then buyers have got in on this area here, right? So buyers have got in here. It's before FOMC. Buyers have got in here, but what do we have? Let me remove this box so you can see clear. We have this spike, and this spike that we just had today. With FOMC being such a big event, and there being liquidity on both sides at the top and the bottom, I just feel like they're just going to wipe both sides of the market out. For the sellers, obviously, it may push up first, then push down. But because we've got the buy bias, we want to see the market. Geez, can I get off this arrow? We want to see the market sort of just wipe out the lows first and then push up. because then that will give us that clean move to the upside. And that's what we're looking for. Where we're looking for, back up to this high right here. And that's the weekly open, or the weekly high, essentially. Obviously, it's not going to go straight there, but it will kick off. It should kick off the move is what I'm looking for. So that's why waiting for these key events, it generates this liquidity, and it's not a part of the main move. We want to be a part of the main move, and hopefully FOMC can provide that. Right, that's enough of me waffling. What is my sort of expectation? As expected, very clear buy side, right? Very, very. You know when there's like no doubt in your sort of analysis, when you be like, yo, that is clear buy side. It's not like it's collected or anything. That's just generally a double top. So there's no doubt in there. This definitely needs to be collected. I have a strong feeling that it should get collected today with this news event, right? Now, I'm not sure about these news. Here below, we have trendline liquidity, right? So the people who are using trend lines and buying off the trend line, placing the stop losses below, I feel like this is going to get swept as well. So for us to have a buy bias, we want to see all the sell side get collected, right? It needs to also tap into a key point of interest level, which for me is this inverted fair value gap has not been touched yet. So if price goes into there, create some sort of reversal pattern that we can be a part of, right? Then that should set us up for a clean move back up where? Back up to the target that we're targeting. So this is liquidity that is sitting there. It's just pulling back, taking out all the early buyers, and then moving back up to the upside, right? And this then follows a higher time frame scenario where we're actually still expecting higher prices anyway. This is just the kickoff. So that's exactly how I look for things. Obviously, midnight open prices here. If we're below it and we're buying, that gives you a better area as well. So keep an eye on that midnight open price. So the market is slowly starting to push down, which is a good sign. What I want to see at the start, 2 o'clock, is market immediately kick down and just chill around here, right? And it potentially could chill around this area for like 15 minutes. As long as it gives us that clean price action for like a reversal pattern forming, then yeah, I'll be a part of that. We just got to wait for that to set up. But that's my sort of move. That's what I'm looking for. That's my point of interest. Now, this inverted fair value gap, where is it? You can see it's there, right there. So we had a fair value gap here, and then price pushed down, and immediately price closed back above it. And this is an inverted fair value gap, which should hold as support, right? So when price falls into it, it should bounce up if we are bullish, right? We've got clear highs over here, and then on the hour time frame, we have a 1 hour fair value gap in this area as well. So this is where I believe price should sort of attack, at least to kind of fill more of this 1 hour fair value gap. We have touched half of it there. We've still got a decent amount of gap to fill. Now, after this, right? After this 1 hour fair value gap, what you want to start seeing is if price closes above 1 hour FAG, then you know price is starting to turn bullish, right? So then if price closes above the 1 hour fair value gap, you're going to likely see that as support. And then this becomes an inverted fair value gap, similar to this. And then you have a stepping stone. Where's your main target? Back up to the left. So hopefully that plays out. Hopefully I'm not waffling and it just completely collapses. World peace is agreed. The war has stopped and price absolutely melts. Doubt that's the case with what's going on with Trump. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So we'll see what happens. 10 minutes, and we'll see if we can get into any trades, anything going with that. Let's read some comments. The problem trading in the UK is that most moves in the US either happens at lunchtime or tea time. Yeah, but it's a good thing for me because I kind of like trading around lunchtime. It fits well for me. It's not too early. It's not like 9 a.m. Obviously for the Americans, it is 9 a.m. For me here, it's like 2 p.m. So that's just like prime time. Had enough time to wake up. Also done a lot of stuff in my personal life as well. Business moves. Then we come to trade, and then it just fits in nicely. And then these sort of news events in the evening gets a bit tricky to trade. But if you have not traded all day and you're waiting for this time, then you're okay. Yeah, I've still got capacity to trade. I haven't traded today, so I know that I'm not coming off like a 3-loss streak. My mind's clear. We're gonna see what happens, see what presents itself, and then go for it. Hi, always happy to meet you again. Yep, happy to meet you as well. Let me know in the comments if you guys followed along with that, because I feel like I just talked a lot, and you guys haven't really heard me sort of analyze. But this is what goes on in my head. It's just I'm broken. Trading has broken me, man. Yeah, just let me know in the chat if that was kind of a clear explanation on why I'm looking for buys. But essentially, that's sort of what I'm looking for. Price is consolidating. I see a few people are getting out of their buys before FOMC. It's kind of ideal to do so. You don't know what could happen. That's what I'm looking for. Let me put this one out if I get back. And then I will send this into the VIP chat. Gold FOMC analysis. That's sent. Let's go over to US 100. So US 100. Oh wow, what's happened here? Crazy drop. Right, FOMC here. I see clear liquidity here. I'm just waiting for a PDL sweep. It's not as clear, so I use daily. If it's not clear for me, I tend to go and use like prior daily lows and prior weekly lows as sweeps of liquidity. Because once we can get that and we start seeing like a sort of reversal pattern occur like below here, like that, then you're like, yep, let's continue. Why am I looking for bullish moves is because of the higher time frame. High time frame on US 100, very close to all-time highs here. High time frame. Daily, yep, Reese, I've seen your message. I will get a chance to talk about that. So if you look at high time frame US 100, you can just see that these bearish candles are providing support on price to continue. Not daily fair value gaps. These are like using bearish candles as order blocks for price to go back into. Price push down and pushes back up. Price push down in here. And immediately on Monday, price rebalanced that Friday candle where price pushed back. It just pushed straight back up. So what I'm expecting is for price to start pushing to that all-time high. It hasn't given me a chance. It hasn't given me an idea that the price is going to drop, right? If it hasn't shown me that price is going to drop, why would I sell? You know? Do we have Omer here? Omer saying that US 30 is going to go bearish, and so you use 100 as well. And it's probably because he's looking at this. That price is like really close to the high. It's overbought. Price needs to drop back down, right? But that has, like, for me, not worked at all. When I start seeing price move up, just stay on side with the trend. I don't understand why you're going to sell this if it has not showed you that it's going to drop, right? If it shows me it's going to drop today, right, then I will sell. But it's not showing me anything, right? Price is currently rejecting this inverted fair value gap and it's pushing up. Monday's move, clear bullishness, price pushed up, price retraces, and we're going to move again, right? I don't think it's going to move up like this. I feel like we may sweep some lows. If it needs to sweep the previous weekly low, fair enough. But I still feel like we should get some sort of reversal. So I will come back to US 100. I'm not too clear on it. Let's see. We definitely have this liquidity, so I do see potential that, yes, as you said, Omar, it is going to drop, but I'm not sure if it's short term or long term that you're talking about. Because short term, I am seeing that, yes, we could get a clear sweep down here and then price to push back up. But we'll see how it goes. Let me just add some indicators on just so I can see where the Asia session is. Asia session low, 8 o'clock here, has not been swept at all yet. So we've still got decent lows still around. So yeah, switch that back off because it's not ready to be talked about yet. Still working on it. I will switch off the other indicator as well. Yeah, so you can see at the moment this inverted fair value gap is holding price up, but you got to notice the bodies, right? 1 hour time frame. The bodies did close below this, hence why I didn't buy. I wanted to see price hold here to move up, but price closed below, and all of this is just consolidation. I see. It's just all over the place. Nothing clear, so I'm waiting. I'm going to stay away from this. I think gold's a little bit more clear for me for this week. So let's switch over to gold and see what's going on. Could you talk a little bit more about identifying FVGs? I feel like I can do that. The shortest way for fair value gaps, the best scenario for fair value gaps, is to use your higher time frame ones and look for fair value gaps that have cleared out highs and lows, right? For like sell side. So the reason why I have identified this one here, this candle, right, is notice how we had like these lows here. Yeah. Can you see these lows? And notice how this candle was the reason why it broke lower. In order for price to stay bearish, right, it needs to hold within this fair value because this is the reason why it broke. If price closes back above this, that's classed as a liquidity collection then. And then the fair value gap will act as support. Let's say, for example, this moved back up, it moved down here, and then it moved straight back up, right? This would be a liquidity collection. And then price would use that as an inverted fair value gap to push up. Not all the time. Obviously, it has to depend on structure to the left and timing and stuff. But for this scenario, you can see that price came back into it and held a support. Price dropped. Obviously, I don't trade just based off the fair value gap. It has to be with like liquidity, time, price, which is why this trade here, which we took, worked. Quickly see if I can talk about it. Because price pushed back up to the 1 hour fair value gap, dropped it a bit, and this is just retracement. What did it create on its way up? And if you guys have seen that Telegram video that I recorded on my entry, that's liquidity. It created that on purpose, pushed higher, got the buyers excited. We're still below the 1 hour fair value gap. Why are people buying? This is the 1 hour fair value gap. I want to see us go above before switching my bias. For now, I'm bearish. You can see price is just not even, it's just going back down again. There's a reason. So I think I'll be able to talk about it more, but for now, I think that's like my shortest kind of analysis on it. That look for the quick key big displacement candles and mark those fair value gaps, because there's fair value gaps everywhere that you'll find. But those ones are the ones that should be of significance. I hope that made sense and like was okay. I'm going to see if I can see another example. You can see that this one, price broke above, left a fair value gap in here. And then if you mark that fair value gap and move it across, right, you can see that price didn't touch it here, it moved up, right? So if it's not touching it, you're just going to leave it. The 1 hour fair value gap, you got spiked there. And then what happened? Straight away, price moved all the way back up, 300 pips, right? It did dance around. I didn't take this because FOMC, but hey, something could be here, man. Go have a look at it and see if it works. But yeah, this inverted fair value gap is key. It still goes off that fair value gap I was using. You can see that it's all around the same area. But I want to see this spike low spiked basically, and then to see how it trades. See if you can take out all of this consolidation first. If you can do that, then that'd be great. I'm going to send this onto the free channel. Should I? I'm not sure. Should I send my analysis on the free channel? They didn't really join the live. Whoever's not here. Obviously, those who are here, I rate you. Well done, guys. already too a bit just on the analysis on feature. I think I got it. Just because loads of people probably will go crazy. I sent it on the feed channel. If it's wrong, I'm gonna get loads of messages saying like, bro, what kind of rubbish analysis are you sending, bro? You're a fake trader. Do you want? I'm like, bro, I didn't tell you to enter. I'm just like, that's my idea, right? I just think that we should see something there. If you don't see anything, obviously I'm not gonna trade. Just gonna get my MetaTrader. And see how we go. So in short, right, two events on this FOMC, right? So 2 p.m. I expect to move down, right? And then hopefully if time lines up nicely, we should see 230 pop back up. Maybe like 215, maybe entry. The macro would be around about 2 to 215. But we could get a PM session macro entry. So 2 p.m. price absolutely pushing up. It's a bit delayed here. But I'm not getting excited. If price does push up, do we sell? That is the question. If price does push up, right? Because everyone's looking for buys at the moment. This trend line liquidity is looking a bit fat. If price clears this buy side, the next clear liquidity is this trend line and back down. That's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting. It's against what everyone's trading because everyone's looking for buys. Let's see what price wants to do. So low or high. This is going to get a bit messy. Just going to remove that, oh, remove that. Second. Let's just sit on a 1 minute chart so everything just looks interesting. Otherwise it gets quiet in here. Should I put a bit of music on in the background? It might get a bit too loud. So notice that I don't really worry about the actual results from interest rates. A lot of it is like normally smokescreen anyway, in terms of how technicals and the algorithms kicking off anyway. So the algo should still run its profile regardless. If the results are like bullish gold, I'm sure that the algo would just kick back below, then it'll be bullish. So if it pushes up, then I'm wary about these lows here because it's just way too early for the low of the week, I think. And we're still below this 1 hour fair value gap. So I still see us in a bearish mode. I'm gonna go over to US100, see what's happened. Clear liquidity from there, man. All of this is trendline liquidity. Tell you that now. Look at that. Price is still trying to, did push up here. Look at that. Definitely buy side sitting above here. So I wouldn't be surprised if price wants to push back up to this buy side. Buy side sitting above there. Oh, clean buy side here. Bloody hell. Tuesday. Look at that. Tap, tap, tap. Hasn't even cleared anything. So then again, clean buy side. I'm watching gold on my left screen, so don't worry. Clean buy side. So when I say like buy side's clean, it's like these, they're like relatively equal. If you see like they're quite relatively equal, you're like, yeah, the market doesn't like leaving relatively equal sort of highs when it wants to. It will just like absolutely sweep it first and then start dropping. So when you start seeing these, you're like, the market should return back here. And the similar sort of thing goes with a trend line. If you start seeing stuff on a trend line, you can easily assume that price should completely sweep that trend line and then kick back the other way. So looking for the similar sort of things, but US 100 is a bit more trickier, but just because of the fact that we've already moved up from here. Hopefully things can start kicking up. My cat is not back. You get my cat in. Yeah, so when I sort of start looking at the market in this sort of scenario, you can see with US 100, we have the prior weekly high and the prior weekly low. All we're just doing is just trading within last week's range at the moment, right? But based off my analysis, I'm bullish on US 100, right? So if you're bullish on US 100, you expect for price to stay, trade, and enter in the discount zones, right? And when you're bullish on a pair, you expect price to take out the prior weekly high because you're bullish, right? So you're expecting it to go above the last week's high, right? Price has still not done that. It's sort of consolidating at the moment. So we've got decent possibilities at the moment here. So I want to see what happens. And we're sitting below this one out of fair value. So if I bring that as buy side across, that should be my target if something kicks off. Do want to see this Tuesday high be taken out. Slowly moving down. Let me remove this just because I'm using lines at the moment, not focusing too much on the fair value gaps. Is anyone in any trades at the moment who have made like millions off this FOMC release? No, not sure. Anyone selling? Anyone buying gold? Yeah, similar sort of trend liquidity, man. So the people who have like stop losses here are like seeing the market fall back into that area and then seeing it going up, and then they're just buying again, right? Where they're placing the stop loss below the main low that happened here, right? And again, price drops back down, stop loss below the low, which is fine, as you can see, would have made them money. Is it the main move though? That's the question. OMEG stacking big on US30 for the sell. Yeah, man. Oh, I see that. I see what you're saying. I think it's short term you're talking about, man. I definitely think it's short term. I don't think higher time frame. Like, I see what you're saying on US30, but prior weekly high and low. Yeah, I see it. See what you're saying about the bearish stuff. US 100 is a bit. Sorry, US30 is a bit different to US 100, although it should be kind of correlated. Sometimes, like one pair can just fly, whereas US30 just stays like consolidating. Prior weekly low still not taken out, and obviously this is the prior weekly high here. PWH gold still sort of dancing around that area. Yeah, so you can see based off that high spike, this is your dealing range. Price is around discount. We have a lot of like liquidity kicking off here. You could say that your price is like in a wedge pattern, bro. It's wedging, bro. It's wedging. I start using like prior daily highs then at this area. Got a decent chunk up here of imbalance. I wouldn't be surprised if price does push lower. Yeah, and then absolutely like takes a move back up. Could go down to 41,200. 41,200. Possible, man. Possible. Yeah, I do see that. I'd treat it short term though, man. With stuff going on around the world, man. Wouldn't be surprised if Trump's all doing this to just get the stocks up, unless he starts putting tariffs on. What's gold doing? It's making the moves. It's making moves to the outside. Do we go long? I can't go long, man. Can't at the moment. It's not a part of the trap. If nothing sets up, we don't trade. Simple. That buy side setting up here as well. Does that link up with that high? No, that's the high there. Markup buy side. Distribution. Accumulation. Manipulation. 230 is when we get like the main move. So gotta just time this right. Let's have a look at the DXY. DXY. What we got? It's probably why we're getting that gold pump, right? We are sort of bearish on DXY. But will it sort of move up first? The daily fair value gap, which I'm expecting for price to potentially push lower. But if price sort of keeps going up, then you could get like a gold drop, right? So high time frame only on this. So this is the 50% level. Not sure if I mentioned it. This 50% level here, you can see, is the 50% of this range. So from this low to this high, push here, drag it across, you see, 50%. So based off that, if price is like above this area, like I don't want to be buying if we haven't confirmed a close above here, right? I wouldn't mind selling, then buying, because we've got 2 more days of the week left. So all of this stuff can still happen. Like we can still get this sort of move, but what's gold doing at the moment? Too bad there. Could do, yeah, like break a block on a 1 minute. I didn't want to trade this short time frame. I wanted to wait from a high time frame to align. Let's have a look. It's just still consolidation, really. We need that impulsive move because right now we've only traded what 80 pips, which we do in like Asia session, or we do like double during Asia anyway. Just gonna leave it like this. Try not to move too much. What to talk about? Well, this happens. I'd say with this initial push up, would it have attracted buyers? I think buyers would have just jumped in, right? They were like, yo, this is going to the moon, stop loss below the low, send it. They would have been in profit. Damn it, we should have done the same thing. I hope you guys understand my sarcasm. I don't mean that we should have. You just got to think about how does the market purposefully manipulate us as like greedy humans? Because if they would have seen like, yo, price of gold is pumping, the stop loss would have gone either here or here. So I still do see that something's going to come back to take out this low. There's not much, obviously, that manipulation at the moment. So we got to anticipate what's going on. So we're still waiting. The reason why we're waiting is just more or less like high time frame. I want to get the main move. I don't want to be like, yeah, 50 pips and then get stopped at entry. I want to get the main move, like clean done, you know. And it's no hesitation. It's a low resistance liquidity run, just straight to target, straight to the target. Sorry, I had a hiccup. Sweep. If we get a sweep of that, let's drop back low. We had a sweep of this low. We are accumulating equal highs here, though. Not sure if you guys are noticing that. So more buy side being accumulated across the PM sessions, start and middle is buy side. So you got equal highs here. So this is being sort of manipulated again. The price to give a move to the upside. However, I'm not seeing we're seeing liquidity on both sides. So notice you got liquidity at the top side and liquidity at the bottom side. So you got to wait till one of them gets swept first. I hope we get a sweep straight down and then get a clean move back up. That's what I look for. Just because I'm bullish. Obviously, if you're not bullish, fair enough. That's all you. I'm not a financial. I'm not your dad, bro. I'm not going to tell you what to do. This is just what I think. $24 people in here. Yo, anyone hasn't said hello? Anyone doesn't mind me waffling? Drop message in chat, man. Would love to say hello to you. Say hello to you guys too. Like, do we have like likes on this live or something? If you guys haven't already, don't forget to like the live. I swear people say that. I'm not sure why. I think it might be because it's 7 likes. Yeah, let's try and get that to like at least 15 likes, man. It's at 10 likes at the moment, this live. I got 2.8k. Many people say I deserve more, but gotta put the work in. You deserve more, man. That this business is tricky. A lot of people would be panicking at the moment, saying that, "Yo, bro, why are you not trading this, man? Like, 1 minute time frame, yeah, it's showing fair value gap after fair value gap, bro. We're not buying 1 minute, but 1 minute here." But like, if this keeps going up, man, where's the manipulation? You gotta question. You gotta doubt yourself. Is this the manipulation? A lot of people get trapped in trading the manipulation, and then be like, why didn't that trade work? Because like this seems way too clean. If things are very clean, you gotta be questioning yourself. Like where's the spikes? It's supposed to like be crazy, right? FOMC, CPI, same thing. If someone's buying here, where's the stop loss going to be? Below here, right? So the people who are in profit here, is this the main move? Or is this just dragging them the wrong way for it to just absolutely slam back down? I would love to see what happens. Because when I analyze, I kind of play this stuff in my head. I want you guys to sort of think that as well. That, might be onto something. I gotta start thinking like that. But yeah. So with this buy side here, and we got obviously this clear buy side. If these get taken, I don't want to be looking for buying anymore. Just because the targets have already been taken on buys. But then you want to start looking at like, how's the price action been before FOMC? Prices just climb straight to the target. There's something going on here. Price is touching a 1 hour fair value gap, which is the purple box. could price drop back down? If it sets up a structure, well, I'll give it an attempt. Wouldn't mind. Let's see where midnight open is. If midnight opens here, so if price is above midnight open, I only care about selling just because of the fact that price is above the daily open, basically, and it's above the New York open. So thank you for the live trading, great analysis. Thank you for the analysis. Thank you guys for being here. Just love doing, we got, when you have the passion, like trading is a very like addictive thing. Not when it comes to the money, it's just when you like start seeing it click, and it's just like I move the market with me. I'm a market maker now. I'm going to be a millionaire. Obviously, the money is a thing that keeps you motivated in the game, that you gotta like change your family's life. But it's just different that we have the ability to do that. To read the market like that. 292.20 at the moment, so it's been about 20 minutes. Kicked off. I think 145. We may get a move in the PM session macro. 145. Write that down. Wait, let me see if it's the right times. I think I've got them saved. I don't trade the PM session as often, and I only trade the PM session just like for events like these. Where's my save messages? Save messages. 2:45, 3:45. So 2:45 New York time, which is, let's mark it up. There you go. Blue line. So imagine at the blue line, I'm expecting for the main move to happen. And you may be like, Wace, how do you know that, bro? Why at that time? Because Trump texted me and he said, I'm going to do a madness. He's going to tweet at 2:45. Tell me. Jokes. It's just the 2:45 is a key macro time for the PM session. 1:45 is as well. So you can see from 1:45, which is here. This little section obviously was the macro time for the FOMC open. So again, if people traded the FOMC open, like the initial rate decision, you would have been buying, say for example, and you would have made money within this macro. So the next one is going to be after this blue line. So we're going to see what happens. See what happens to gold there. Going to switch over to US 100. What's been going on? Not going anywhere. US 30. Same thing. Why? Because it's just not ready, is it? I don't want to be involved in consolidation, hoping for the market to go my way. You want to sort of see market take out these lows, something. Once we know that the manipulation is done, then you want to get involved. And I say this all the time. I go live that I'm just going to sit, stare at the charts, waste my time. There's no trade setup. Let me know in the chat, 18 of you guys here, if you have any questions that you would like me to answer, because I love answering your questions while we're waiting for this, because obviously we can't force a trade. So I wouldn't mind talking about something. I think I've given a lot of information that I look for. 30 low. My boy Alpha FX there. This is 930 low as well. Sell side. So this is like New York open. That's the low. So the people who are buying would have been placing the stop loss below there. This is gotta get swept. We've got buy side, we've got sell side, just everywhere. Normally what you'd get is you'd get all sell side completely taken out, and then price tends to move in the direction. Right? I'll give you an example. Here's an example. No, that's not a good example. I tried to trade this move, and then Israel decided to do what Israel did. It's a clean example. Don't want to cherry pick one, but Don't seem to really find one. Don't want to even use this one. No. Why do you think price will take the buy side liquidity? Why not just moving up? Aha. Good question. Good question. So, in my mind, right? Let me zoom out. I'll show you. Price has like tapped into this order block already. Yeah. So let's say this is an order block where price is pushed down, broken out, and price is retracing. Notice how we've got loads of wicks in here, no bodies. This is a good buy level, right? No doubt about it. To go long here, stop loss below the low, you'll be loving it. Yeah, because you'll just be floating in profit. The reason why I don't think the market will just fly is because there's still buyers in the market. Normally, when smart money want to get involved, they want to get involved at the cheapest place and want to take everyone else out. They don't want anyone else to be in the move. So if you see like market climbing like this, like all nice and clean, yeah, and then it just goes and goes up, you know, and just keeps going, and it's just like the easiest trade ever. You got to start questioning your trading. Not like you've done something wrong, that something's about to happen and you want to be out very quickly. So the reason why I'm saying that is because these lows here, where is everyone's stop losses? They're all sitting here, below, below, below. So if I was a market maker, I would take out all of these guys first and then send it up. That way, everyone is out. No one's got any money. The smart money is taking their liquidity, and then market's ready to go because there's just more buyers now. All the buyers are out of the market, so they've got liquidity. And you can see what's happening at the moment. Price is not going up. Why? This war's going on, man. Oh man, I need to calm down. I'm talking too much. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So there's a reason why we're still waiting. And I've sent this here like before the release, like a minute before the release. So you can't say that, bro, always you're fake, bro. Like I'm like telling you before it's even happened. And then a lot of questions you tend to get like, bro, why are you not even selling then if you're expecting it to go down? But like, why would I? Why would I put my account under that risk that something could randomly happen that I'm out of control? I'd just wait in that right area and then just take it rather than buying quite high. Why do you think price will take buy side liquidity first? Let's put that up on the screen. Why price not just moving up? Yeah, buy side. I think. Do you mean like sell side? I know I kind of answered your question already, but I was just thinking that is it sell side that you're talking about for price to move down first, then up? That's sell side, right? Yeah, because if it's buy side, then I'll just think if it's buy side, then I'm expecting for price to potentially move back down. Why? Because it's the same point still stands that these buyers are still in the market, so someone needs to take them out. And maybe yeah, it could continue. It doesn't have to sweep it. I just need that proof. Here's a proof. Here's a good example. You see these, right? You may be like, oh, wait, it didn't sweep these lows. This was like very easy price action. Buy, 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 buy. Yeah. Here's a good example. Like this is a good example on this, right? But price has already done that. It's filled the gap. It's starting to move up, right? So what do I then use? I'll mark the nearest 1 hour fair value gap, which broke the thing, right? It broke it. See this 1 hour fair value gap? This 1 hour fair value gap is supposed to hold price down, right? It's supposed to keep price down. So price kind of goes above it and then drops back down, comes back above it and just dances around here, right? What happens here? At this very point there, we have an expansion to the upside. Is this a news event? Inflation rate is on 11th. It's a CPI. It's CPI. We have an expansion to the upside. Price that breaks the 1 hour fair value gap. And then what bloody happens here? Jeez, we come back to it. And that's all I'm expecting. I'm trying to look for that. If the market wants to go up, yes, and we close above, which confirms, then buy here. Stop loss below the low, something like that. Because you know the expansion's done. It doesn't need to go down there. It's going to use this as support to continue up. And that's where my main target is anyway. So I'm just going to follow that. But I need it to be clear for me. I don't want to just assume. The market doesn't care about analysis. It needs to show us. So this is it showing us. It came back down. London session, bro. So what is that drop, bro? It's a 300 pip drop at London session. How often do you get that? Must be something. It must be random, right? Nah, I don't think so. This is all calculated in terms of how the algorithm moves, but it just kicks up, kicks back down. And then what happened after it did that? It retested, rebalanced everything in this area. It's going to go. And look at that move. 1,000 pip move to the upside. I missed this move. It's a shame. I did analyze it and I sent it to the VIP saying this is what I'm looking for. But something's going on here, man. So look at this. It's just absolute waste of time. Obviously, we did get like a sell move in here, but like this nasty price action. People who are like actively trading this, your mind must be like going crazy. Like, oh my gosh, why is it not working? Why is it not going? Well, it's 2:30. Something's going to happen now. If it doesn't, then I guess I'll come back tomorrow. Thank you. Explanation was very clear. In my head, it seems like it would be clear in my head, but when I say it, it just gets confusing. So please let me know if it's too confusing and you need me to go on it. But I'm glad it was clear for you. I tried to be as clear as possible. Time frame. What's happening here? Again, yeah, decent, making that buy side. Look at this, pop. More liquidity for the upside. But also look at this. More liquidity for the downside. Which way will it go? Will it go up first, down? Or will it go down then up? Well, you wait and find out then, right? This is where you have to just literally just wait. We're getting something. Thought we were. Turns out we didn't get a thing. Hey, shout out Hardra there. It's like I know this person. It's my wife. Get out of here, man. What are you doing? Making me crack under pressure. No, I can't say anything. Any other questions? Well, this sort of just doesn't do anything. So pretty much, I think 3:15, if nothing sets up, like 3:15-ish, which is like in like 45 minutes. Nothing sets up here. We're just gonna call it. And you're just gonna have to see what tomorrow brings. But we need something like swift to happen. So either like price will absolutely collapse and then we look for buys, or price pushes up here, and then if we get something like a sell setup, then I wouldn't mind selling this back down. But right now it's in the middle, and you can see nothing's actually even happening. So US 100 is doing something. It is creating a lot of sell side here, man. Price wants to go and manipulate the buy side. I wouldn't mind seeing some SMT. Where we've got this buy side here. Let's see if we've got sessions. London session high, Asia session high. We've got that clean buy side here. If price like sort of sweeps this, it's gonna be quite tricky to get a sell move because of that buy side. It's just so close to it. It would potentially just go and push up to that. But then I don't want to sell this just because I'm bullish on the thing. So this is very evident as like trendline liquidity. So I mean, I need to see price just absolutely slam down here. If we can get that, that'd be great. We're getting something. Look at that. We're keeping these highs nice. Is that SMT? I'm just having a look at US 500 to make sure everything's correlating. These create equal highs, whereas from here to here create equal highs, whereas this broke the high. Which could potentially mean that we got balanced price range here for a potential sell, which is why we've dropped off here. Clean lows here, so similar sort of thing. You could use this as a sell position, to be honest, to take out these lows. But I can't, nah, not with this buy side. It's one of those ones where you just look at the chart like, 2:45. We'll see what happens around that time. And that macro, 15 more minutes. Oh, well, I guess 10 more minutes and we'll see what we get. Thirteen likes. We've got 16 people in here. Let's see if we can get like at least 16 likes on this video, on this live stream. Be great. US 100 doing. That's all right. So you had to equalize here. Price is creating this trend line liquidity at the moment. I wouldn't trade this, but at the moment, I want to see price just hammer to the downside here. This would be a potential manipulation where price moves the opposite way. And then once you can get that, then you want to see price actually distribute to the main part of the trade, which would be these highs. So that's what I'm expecting. But still nothing here at the moment. If price pushes up, do you sell? It's got to be. I got to see what happens at the moment. I think in the moment, see how we are, because I think from ES 100 wasn't too clear in terms of targets. I've got buy side, I've got thingy, I've also got sell side, so I've got both sides to buy and sell from. Daily candles, just consolidation, not clear at all. So this is ones where you have to start thinking like, do I just completely skip that and just don't trade that? What I'll do is I will BRB 5 minutes because there's no point me chilling on here. I'm gonna grab a quick drink. If you have any questions, drop them in. If I come back, I can answer. I'll probably stay on for like probably another like half an hour. If there's nothing, I'm just gonna log off. But I need to see this like either a clean move down because I'm not liking what's going on at the moment. So yeah, 5 minutes. Oh, we're getting something. But we still need to see price push below the green line, so I need price to drop. Be right back. Right. I'm back. Jeez. Thought at least something might happen. I think it's gonna be a late one, man. Still didn't clear out that low. Clear out some of the trend line. You're getting something, yeah? I see low still intact though. I don't like it. Do not like it. It's outside. See how that candle just completely moved up rapid? Like straight up, and then this candle straight back down. These like sort of quick candles I use to like get people excited to start saying that, yo, this thing's gonna fly now. It's look at the volume, and then immediately comes back to the same place, and you're like, oh, why did I enter? Like this candle could immediately like push back down. So it's all done on purpose to confuse us. But look at this, following this trend line here, which means more liquidity sitting up here, more of a likelihood of a bullish move. But again, in a lot of the markets that we have today, sell side, buy side, my laptop's not charging. That's not good. US 30, US 100 flying up. So I'm saying to be a bit careful. Be a bit careful selling right now. just consolidating, man. Like that. It's just long. Let's switch over to the 1 minute on here. Sorry. I tend to switch charts a lot. I need to stop doing that. But as I was saying, look at that. Damn. And put some music on in the back. Right, 45. Starting to get some done. Price is starting to move. US 100. Jeez. What's going on over here, man? 145 again. Right there. It's 144. Here's 145. Just clean buy side and sell side. So, taking time. Gonna be live. Everyone, this is Turkey. This is Tokyo. Say hello. We're making money, Tokyo. Well, we're not even trading at all. I need to look after her now. Come here, little one. Come here. Come here. Right. Yeah, man. Just really happening, isn't it? Move that back. But reset the grid. We'll see what occurs from the sell side. Because the market will make it very clear to us what should happen. I just wasn't liking how that FOMC low is still there. We are in another block here, which took out a low, which is a rejection block, which pushed back up. But didn't I tell you guys? 145. Mention in the chat if you heard when I said 145. Look at that. Macro kicking in. Time and price, guys. Time. Time is key. It's not 145, 245. Look at that. Straight after the blue line, market decides to actually do something. There we go. There we go. But look, guys, trend line liquidity still sitting there. Buy side still sitting there. You know, the market is telling us step by step that, yo, I'm going to head back there soon. Don't you worry. Just position yourself and get ready. Something's about to happen. So the people who have been trading FOMC wanted to trade that volume, didn't get anything. Look at this. It's just pure like consolidation. And they would have been like, what's going on? How come I'm not making money? Okay. So they're just like, what's going on? They're buying, stop loss below, stop loss got taken out, now what? You know, they're out of the market. They're like, forget it, I'm gonna come back tomorrow. But we're still sitting here, we're still waiting. So now we see what happens. I'm gonna move these blue lines now. The market decides to do something. We want to see some clear sort of indications that the market wants to do something. Right now, it's taken out this high, push back below this low. Potentially, you could get a sell move, but with these buy sides, I don't want to sell. It's got to be clear. Let me know in the chat if you guys are still here, or I'm all doing this all alone. Be quite sad. But look at that. Down we go. Let me know in the chat if you're sort of following this sort of sell move as I'm explaining it. Similar sort of thing with US 100 here. Let price go down. I'm seeing buys on both sides. Good Tokyo. Remember the analysis. They're still going for it. Price currently at the moment at this low here. So I've taken out the people who have stop losses here. Right, so that's sell side right there. Price tapped it. What's it going to do? We have a volume void gap here. Not on that chart. Depends on what charts you have. This is a structure break. Price is taken out the high, push back below. I have a feeling that price may use this to keep pushing down here. But because of the buy side above, I do not want to sell. Would you place a limit order overnight? If not, why not? Just because something can happen in terms of war. We're trading within war periods. I wouldn't want like some crazy spike to slip everything, you know. Even if it's a buy limit, it will get pushed lower if it absolutely collapses. But then it could just take out your stop loss. So that's why, in terms of like limits, like you could like put a long position here, and then your SL below like here. But then like what if the spike just kind of spikes and immediately pulls back in, you know, and then continues and it just spikes you out. So that's why I'd keep out of the limits. If the limits within like US session, fair enough. But overnight, something could happen in terms of the war that's going on at the moment. So you got to be careful. It's 100 decides to do it. That's what I was expecting. Right, so US 100, pretty much south side below New York open here, but PDL is just very close near there as well. So if price wants to start dropping below there, I wouldn't mind looking for some reversal pattern to potentially send it back up, you know. Well, taking out that, and we continue. So this should be your manipulation, where price is manipulating the other way. Or this could be the distribution and price absolutely collapses, you know. See what happens. Can't be perfect. Damn, price goes. Sell side being breached. Boy Alpha FX, what's he saying? Look, Iran fires new missile at Israel and gold is dropping. Something's going on. Hey, Boy Alpha FX, catching some nice sells here. Possible. Sells were the way, as I was expecting. I just didn't want to take the chance, you know. We want to stay safe. We are up in profit for this week because of this banging trade on the left here, as you can see. So don't want to do anything else, you know. Hey, buddy, come on there, kitty. How you doing? That's going crazy. And hungry. Hey, had a quick look at you. 30 decent. But left these equal highs, so I wouldn't get too excited, man. Look at that equal high. Mark my words, bro. Price is going to come back here. Not sure when, but it should. So. I said. Buddy, calm down. Calm down. Off you go. Go down there. Go. Sorry. Getting going crazy. Southside PDL. What day is it today? It is Wednesday, right? Just going to take this off, see what happens. Need to charge my laptop. And it's charging nice. US 100, same thing. Sell side and buy side. So, is there 1 hour fair value gap here? Yes, there is. 1 hour fair value gap right there. Price is now trading into it. Let's see if this holds, guys. 1 minute, not 1 hour. Let's see if this holds. US 100 might be a trade for today, just because it's a PM session market. Gold's still stuck in consolidation, and we want to trade the main move up, so you want to see clean like drops straight to the downside here. There we go. Breach. Here's 500, similar sort of thing. Liquidity sitting above here. Told you, man, it's this equal highs business. This one swiped the highs, this one equal highs. Sell was going to happen. It's not correlating. Crazy, right? I don't know, man, if you caught this big sell. Fantastic. Absolute crazy move there. And here we go. Things are starting to drop on everything. This is why, this is what I was saying. Similar sort of thing. All of these buyers that are here likely to get absolutely taken out here. So that's what's happening there. This crazy PDL not too far away here. And notice how I'm not buying right now. As this is dropping, I'm waiting to see if we get anything. Nothing at the moment. But yeah, well done on the sell. Nice one. Not sure if you had like a wide stop loss here because price did push up very high. Yeah, so not sure if you had a stop loss or anything, but just keep an eye on for this. Or man, if you're still here, that price should potentially may come back to these highs. very soon. Right, so guys, yeah, looking at this main move, obviously was to drop. We did sweep out these highs right here. And then your aim was to start looking for the reversal, just in terms of how long you have left of the day. So you can see here, buy side was taken out. This is why I wasn't expecting price to continue taking up. Buy side was taken out here, and then we started to get sort of reversal patterns. Then price absolutely broke out, retested this order block, and then price continued its drop, and that's why we're getting a drop. Where are we likely to go? Below this low here. That's the trade. Am I expecting a pullback up? Not now. I don't think so. I think it will something for tomorrow, which I'll be looking for. So keep an eye on this move for tomorrow. That's what I'll be looking for. I think going into Asia session for potential pushback up. But yeah, don't get too crazy on buying at the moment. We have a lot of targets. I think we should come back for this area. What are we getting at the moment? Is it a reversal? No, SMC. Prices clear these lows, it's clear these lows as well. And we're sitting in a 1 hour fair value gap. I'm just trying to see if we've got anything left in the final 15 minutes. But because the 1 hour closed below this 1 hour fair value gap, this is likely to be held as support here. And price could likely just use that to put lower here. Gold finally making that push to the downside. Clearing out this 10 a.m. low. Look at that. This is just clear consolidation, but could this all be a bigger accumulation sort of phase for price to actually have a longer manipulation before having a longer distribution? That's what you need to keep an eye on. So keep an eye on these lows here. About to get swept. Right, I don't think there's very much too much else to say because it was in the end of the day. I think what I'll do is I'll step away if I see something. I'll share it. For now, I think price may continue to dance around here. I'm expecting price to absolutely slam through these lows now. We are getting something. Yes, 100. Getting a back pullback, bro. Look at that. Is this a retracement? Bros. I trade this if there's a retracement. Same logic still applies, doesn't it? Price has still got that buy side. So I'll be looking at for this going into tomorrow. I think we can get a clean trade to shake out these highs. As I was saying, yes, sales were there, but there's, liquidity being created on the upside as well. So I can see a move back up. I'll swipe out this slide. So the sell side here, we are getting something. We are getting something. Like the look of this, or a buy. Depends what we do here now. There you go. Sell side breached. Price creating that breaker. The buy would be here. Stop loss below that low. Now I'm going back up to these highs, man. But I need to get above here. You need to see price absolutely displaced back above this level. If you don't see that, then you're likely not going to get the trade. Looking forward, let me just see if I can send this to the VIPs. Oh, we're getting that high. Ready. In terms of POI though, they'll go lower. And we can see that happening. Yeah. Coolio. Thought there was something, not seeing it. Think this will just fall back down, continue even lower just because you got this low, this low, this low. Let price move all the way down. I think we come back probably even London session, US session tomorrow. We get that move back up. Let's see how this reacts here because it could. As it moves. There you go. Price looks like it's respecting it. Yeah. Shame. Yeah, man. This was the move I just couldn't sell. just because of the fact that the buy side was just sitting above. That's not a part of my strategy. Cool. It just makes a second guess every time you live. You're like, damn it, I should have called it. I should have traded it, but it's all good. We wait. We come back tomorrow. See how it goes. I'm just going to end it here then, I guess. Been a waste effects. You can now see exactly what happens with these trades. Come on. Cool. I'll leave you to it. Getting going crazy.